I'm kind of in the middle of a rework of my set for streams and for future videos, but Vault Day waits for nobody, and apparently neither do these Druid talent changes coming in. So my Resto Druid friends, get ready because things are about to get good. But for now, servers are down. My name is Swag, and this is the Vault Day update. First up, this week's dungeon affixes are going to be Tyrannical, Volcanic, and Sanguine. Basically, lots of movement is what you're going to need. Now, your bosses are going to be extra tough from Tyrannical. That's a no-brainer. However, with Sanguine and Volcanic acting together, you're going to keep on your feet. Volcanic is going to require you to be moving, especially your ranged players. That's where Volcanic is most dangerous. It will target ranged players primarily, and they will want to move. If they are caught in a Volcanic while casting or not moving, they'll be thrown up in the air, and a lot of damage will be dealt. That can be a life or death situation. And then speaking of death, Sanguine is going to drop these puddles of blood on the ground, and if you're standing in them, you will take damage and you will die. However, if your enemies are standing in them, they will get healed up, and so then you're going to have an even tougher time. So, range, move. Tanks, move. That is the secret for this week. Keep moving and you will be good. Burning Crusade time walking begins today. That means you can earn extra experience by leveling in Burning Crusade dungeons from 60 to 70. You can queue up for them in the group finder. However, if you're already maxed level and you're working on some alts even, you can take your alts or your main characters, wherever you want, pick up the weekly quest in Valdrakken from this guy right here next to the water fountain, and you can get a sweet piece of loot for just completing 5 of these dungeons. This is a great way to gear up your alts or even pick up some extra gear on your main if you need it. Clear your schedules for Wednesday because it is free t-shirt day. Now that might sound kind of lame or kind of weird, I get it, but trust me, the transmog is worth it. You will want to travel all across Azeroth to find as many vendors as you can that are giving away free t-shirts. They do get kind of pricey if you try to buy them in their off-season. All of my tree-hugging friends can come out of hiding now because Blizzard has just announced information on an upcoming Resto Druid talent rework. They have been reworking a lot of specs so far. Almost every patch we're having 1 or 2 spec reworks, and a lot of the time those specs become pretty meta and pretty powerful specs. So I'm excited to see where Resto goes. It feels like one of the weakest of the healers at the moment, and I think it could become really strong with this rework. One of my favorite parts about it, though, is a new ability that they have called Grove Guardian, which allows them to summon up to 3 Trents to cast healing spells for them, and it doesn't even share a global cooldown. So this is a super powerful spell, and I'm excited to see where things go from here. Moment of silence for Holy Paladins. Your moment in the spotlight was brief, but much appreciated. Now, these talent reworks are stirring up a lot of drama and a lot of conversation in the community of whether or not this is good. Should Blizzard be doing these big reworks on a 0.5 patch, let alone an upcoming 0.7 patch? And honestly, I think it's probably a good thing. So Blizzard just, if you weren't aware, they overhauled the entire talent system coming out of Shadowlands into Dragonflight. And the issue with that is it is a lot of balancing that needs to happen. So of course, they're going to slowly start working through all the specs that exist to make sure everyone not just performs well, but is also fun to play. Those 2 elements are super important, and I get it. When they're making these updates in the middle of a season, it can feel like one spec all of a sudden got super powerful, and now everybody's swapping to it. But this is just a natural part of having to change such a massive system over from what they had before to a full talent tree system. Dragonflight has been a breath of fresh air with how many updates Blizzard is putting out, let alone the importance of these updates. It's been great, and I'm really thankful for it, and I don't want to start complaining, because all of a sudden, we're going to get nothing. And lastly, patch 10.1.7 is announced to be going live on September 5th. That's not too far out, less than a month away. And so here's my advice if you are trying to figure out what do you want to do before the new patch comes out. The best thing, in my opinion, is to work on the Time Rift events. They're going to give you transmog, pets, toys, and a lot of other really fun things. However, once patch 10.1.7 launches, players are going to be focusing instead on the new Emerald Dream themed world events that we're going to be having going on. And so at that time, they're not going to be doing the time rifts, and you will not be able to find somebody to help you with them anymore. So I would suggest working on those time rifts, collecting those fun things, and just having a good time. waiting for 10.1.7, which will also include even more gear catch-up. But that's everything happening in the World of Warcraft. I'm going to get back to work on this and see if we can get it looking real good. But I will see you next week with another Vault Day update.